What's up guys, Bruce here. So today we'll be taking a fishing trip to Lafarge Lake. I got here a sliding bobber setup on my fishing rod here, and I'm also going to be grabbing some nice waterproof boots from 8 Fans to avoid getting my little hot dogs wet. On the rig itself, I'll be tipping it with this PowerBait worm. I tend to use this actually when I'm fly fishing, but this is my first time using it on a bobber setup here. I'm not the best at bobber fishing. I'm not exactly a big fan of it, but I'll be giving it a shot at this lake to see if the fish will be striking more close to the surface or not. Newsflash, they are not. So I gave it a try. There's a fish that rose to my right, but sadly I wasn't able to entice any bites at all with this setup, despite seeing fish being quite active around here since it was stocked about a week ago. But after some failed attempts here, and it was about 30 minutes of a whole bunch of nothing, I decided to go back to my old reliable, which is the Carolina rig tipped with the pink Powerball eggs. This is a classic in which I use here all the time, and I have never failed to catch a stock trout with this setup. So here I'm at the exact same spot, just kind of hucking it out there to the left and the right. When I'm casting, I try to cover as much area as possible, so never continuously cast into one spot unless you know there's fish there. And here you can see I caught a beautiful, nice ecosystem of plants. So yeah, this area, there's a lot of weeds, and there you can see a fish rise to my right, in which I hucked my setup towards. And yeah, I did feel some bites. You can see the line pulling slightly, but unfortunately I wasn't able to land the fish. It seemed to have eluded me. And here is the old classic, everything's tangled up and I'm stuck here until I get it undone. And here is a really cool thing. I never have seen this in person, but BC Fisheries decided to arrive just at the same time as I was fishing, and they are stocking the lake yet again. So they did stock it with 1,000 stock trout last week, and now they're doing it again. I believe I upload this video the day after it's stocked, so if you guys are in the area, just know that there are a lot of stock trout in this lake, and fishing will be fairly easy for quite some time. But this was just a treat to see. You can see all the little trout sort of being pumped out from this tube and being dunked out into the lake. There are quite a few fish just kind of swimming around near the shores, kind of confused on what the heck is going on, unsurprisingly. And I was able to get a really cool underwater shot of them. So this was a very nice thing to sort of just take a break while I was getting skunked. And then the underwater footage is coming soon. Here he is, right by my feet. Fat little guy. And this was something I've always wanted to try, which is right after a stocking, which I know there's hundreds of trout in this small little area, is to chuck my setup in there and see if they're, feisty enough to just bite nonstop. To my surprise, I got nothing, and they didn't want to bite. So, you need to let them settle in to their home before they do start biting. And another surprise for the day, I met up with one of my friends, Johnny, who just so happened to be there. Oh, let me get footage of that. Oh my goodness. Still nice little guy. Wow, you guys are killing it. So he is a Tasmanian?
Yeah, he's Tasmanian, then he got some.
I think the big one from today is so small.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah.
This one Tasmanian too, or?
No, it's
Oh, bottom rig? Oh, nice. Hey, you guys killing it.
Oh.
Bye, buddy. All right, I'll see you two around. Peace, peace. Yeah, so they were absolutely killing it on this lake. I think they definitely limited out. They were trying to make sure that they released the smaller trout safely, which they did very well. And then they're just keeping the nice chunky ones. So yeah, so far I haven't really caught anything, so I can't let myself be outdone. So I go back to my trusty old spot here at Lafarge, which I personally really like. It's kind of away from people, and usually there's bites. Not all the time, but normally there is. And behold, I finally got my first trout on the line. This took me a little bit. I would say I waited around about 10 minutes after hucking this out, sort of towards the fountain here. And there you go. I finally got it. I didn't want to be skunked today, so this was kind of nice, or else I wouldn't have uploaded this video to YouTube. There you go. Nice little chunky guy. Nothing sizable by any means, but a fish is a fish nonetheless. And yeah, I'm just thankful I wasn't skunked, or else you guys wouldn't see this video on YouTube. So I was using, again, the pink PowerBait eggs. It seemed like Johnny and his friend there were able to get all their trout on chartreuse, which seemed to be extremely productive for them. But for me, good old pink still works. I'll probably get some chartreuse power eggs, not gonna lie. After seeing their success, I really wanted to try that for myself, because they got, I think they caught 3 in like 10 minutes, so they are doing very good with their setups. I think Johnny was using a bottom rig, and then his friend was using a Tasmanian Devil, surprisingly. A really big one that normally is used for salmon, but they tipped it with PowerBait, and that seemed to have done the trick as well. So here you can see, this is my little setup. I'm just gonna kind of re-rig it, huck it out while I prep the fish. So I try to cover the hook as much as I can. I'm using a size 10. And that's usually small enough to be not super spooky to the fish, but you can size even smaller, and that might get you even more bites. So if you're getting skunked or having troubles getting any fish, size down, I always say, and that'll usually do the job. Here's just a food grade little Ziploc bag in which I like to store my fish in before chucking it in the cooler of my car. There you go. Don't use garbage bags. I swear I've seen too many people use garbage bags, and that is not food grade. I don't believe it's safe for you. So, you know, if you're going out here catching fish and keeping them, bring a Ziploc. It's worth it. And after a little bit of waiting, yet again, I got a few nibbles. I can see the line being pulled out slightly, and you know, of course, I tangled my entire setup here, and it's tugging on the line, so I'm a little frantic trying to just untangle this damn thing so I can start reeling it in without spooking the fish. And here you go. This one you can see is cranking my rod quite a bit, and this one I knew for sure is bigger than the last one I got, so I was really hoping I don't lose it. And yeah, you know, I didn't lose it, because you'll see in the video that I titled this Limiting Out. So, here we go. Nice. Whew. Much bigger one. So yeah, this was awesome. These little guys fight like mini tanks, I swear, compared to the other fish in here, which I've caught a lot of catfish and pumpkin seed. I love the fight on a trout, especially on an ultralight setup, which I got here. So yeah, just gonna bonk them, bleed them, so that, you know, I get rid of that fishy taste when I eventually fry them up. And there you go. This was the more sizable one. Very, very pretty fish. Nice and chunky since they're recently stocked. Yeah, there you go. That's Limiting Out at Lafarge Lake. It took me about an hour and a half to catch these two. But yeah, no, this was awesome once I found the right spot. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and took something from it. If you guys are out there at Lafarge, give this setup a try, or whatever it is you want to do. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.